Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Mojo, and you're probably wondering what the hell am I doing here? Alright, well, I'm gonna tell you. Some of you guys have come into the stream and asked me about my offense. It's not a very complex offense, but it can drive people crazy. So, I figured I'd make a quick video showing you guys how I practice to do what I do. So, basically, just go into practice mode, okay, from the main menu. I am using the Jets, okay, default rosters, we're on all pro difficulty. Alright, and basically, you want to find a play that you can just kind of manipulate and get good reads and get better at making reads on the fly. This way when you're playing head-to-head, or even against the computer, it'll be that much easier. So, my scheme basically consists of single-back ace formation, maybe single-back big, depending on your playbook. I use a lot of twins, which means two wide receivers on one side, no wide receivers on the other, which is an easy way to let me know if the opponent is running man or zone defense. But for this video, we're going to be using single-back doubles, okay? It's two wide receivers on the left, one wide receiver on the right, a tight end, and a running back. So it's a good formation. It gives you the opportunity to run if the opponent decides to come out and nickel, dime, or even quarters, because some people see three wide receivers and think that's what they have to do. But anyway, so we're going to put the computer on random play. So I'll apologize in advance. There might be some goal line, so could be interesting. Anyway, so if you look out and come at the play, alright, or if you come out and look at the play, one of the two, you're going to see that the receiver on the left is running a drag route, slot receiver is running a corner route, tight end's running a post, hence the play name, tight end post, and the receiver on the right, Decker, is running a streak. Running back's doing a little swing route out of the backfield, but you really want to get used to looking at X, okay, your tight end. Most of the time when you're reading a defense, you want to be looking at the linebackers and the safeties when you snap the ball. There's a few different things you can look at to kind of tell you what kind of defense you're up against as the play develops. Usually with the middle linebackers, you want to see if they're stepping backwards for zone or if they're moving out left and right. Typically that means they're in man coverage. The safeties, you want to look to see if they roll or if they split. A lot of times if they split, one left, one right, that's a cover 2. So Davis, your tight end, should be open down the middle. But a lot of times you'll see people play cover 3. Cover 3, you'll see the safeties will roll left or right, depending on who's in coverage. You can also get a read before the snap. I'm not going to go into that here. There's actually some really good Madden videos in the game. Just go to Gatorade training, and there is a plethora of plethora. This is an English video. There's a plethora of information. So anyway, on this play alone, what I like to do is look at Decker, your receiver on the right hand side. If you look at the cornerback, he's up in bump and run coverage, press coverage. So for this particular read, I'm going to be looking at my tight end and Decker. Okay, again, you never want to come out and say, I'm going to go to my tight end or I'm going to go to my running back. More than likely, not always going to work out for you. Not that it always works out for you, but if you can learn how to make the proper read before the snap, it'll make life after the snap that much easier. So again, for this particular play, we're going to be looking at tight end and our wide receiver on the right hand side. Because he is in press coverage on the right, if you snap the ball, you want to see if he actually bumped him, and he didn't. Okay? He did not bump the wide receiver on the right hand side. So I didn't want to wait for him to get coverage and release, so Davis was actually wide open, which is why you always want to have an area that you're looking in, not one particular player. If we run it again, you see Decker, cornerback is in press coverage. We're looking at Davis in circle again. We're looking, he gets coverage, boom. As soon as he releases him, you can hit circle. Alright, the thing about press coverage is as soon as that press coverage is released, you can usually hit the wide receiver. A lot of people that you play against online will not do that. Their only goal is to just go deep, okay? But not my style, so I'm just kind of showing you guys a couple different things you can do. So again, he's in press coverage again, so we can look at him again. Can also look at Davis. But you do want to keep an eye on your running back as well if you ever think they're going to be blitzing, okay? Okay, now, that wasn't really a blitz, but they did bring some pressure, okay? And we were able to just dump it off to a running back. Wasn't a big play, 3-4 yards, you know, 3-4 yards, 2 or 3 plays. You're looking at 3rd and 2, maybe a first down. All right, so now we're looking at the cornerback on Decker. He's off coverage. Okay, if you notice, this is always my main read. What we're going to do is we're going to put him in a curl route by hitting triangle for hot route, the icon of the receiver, which is circle, and then down on the left analog stick or the D-pad to put him into a curl. So it's basically you drop back, you read, as soon as he turns, you hold down and slam the button. Usually perfect pass every time, even when you're the Jets. So again, he's off the man, put him in a curl, okay? We're just going to look at the tight end, look at the curl. Again, they're respecting them deep. And you're going to get that every single time. Now, there may be times where there's a cornerback or a linebacker inside of that Decker curl. You got to read it. If the cornerback backs up, don't throw the curl. You know, move on to your next progression. I use Mississippi counts in my head. Okay. For me, it's always 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi out. All right. That works for pretty much every route. But different routes you can hit at different Mississippis. Some routes you can actually hit 1 Mississippi. Some you hit on 3. But for the most part, in this type of play, 7 to 10 yards out, it's going to be 4 Mississippi. Okay, so I just kind of... I didn't want to cut the video or anything like that. Just want to kind of run it live and show you guys how I do it. This is how I practice, okay? Now, I talked to you guys about man and zone coverage. The easiest way to tell if they're in man or zone coverage is to take a wide receiver, typically the guy all the way to the left or to the right if you flip the play, whatever side the tight end is not on, and just put him in motion. If you don't know how to put somebody in motion, I will show you. You basically hold circle, use the left stick or the D-pad. I use the D-pad because it's easier, and just keep hitting left until you get to the guy you want. Once you're on the guy you want, let go of circle, and just hit left or right on the D-pad for motion. So again, what you want to do is you want to look at the cornerback. The cornerback did not come across the formation, so we know he's in zone coverage, or they may be disguising their coverage. Typically, the computer will not disguise their coverage. Typically, most people online will not disguise their coverage because you can actually get caught in between defenders by doing that, so it's not really recommended. Some people may do it last second to kind of make the defenders move, but a little bit more advanced. Okay, so we put Marshall in motion. Now if you look at it, we have 3 different reads on the right hand side. Okay, we still have a running back. It looks like they might be blitzing. So because we don't really want to look at Decker, that play doesn't look that good right now. Our main 2 reads are going to be Davis and Smith. Okay, now when I'm looking at Smith, I can see I don't have him, but the tight end's wide open. Now I knew I didn't have Smith. Guess I can just go here. Okay. In a perfect world, for me to throw this corner out, I don't want anybody in this area over here. Okay? But you can see when you run it that he slips inside of him, okay, without being dirty. He slips inside, therefore I'm not going to throw that ball. Okay? I could try to sneak this in, but probably not worth it. So the smarter read was to just come back to my tight end again because I had 2 reads on this play, and I saw that he was wide open. Okay, and like I said, pre-snap, Decker was not a good read here. See? You could just kind of tell with the amount of traffic not a ball you want to throw. So if you make these reads before the actual snap, it'll make your life much easier and hopefully give you some first downs. So that's basically it. I mean, again, Singleback Doubles tight end post. It's a great play. Just get into practice mode. I run this play for a good half hour, 45 minutes before I even play online ever. It's just good to just run it the way it is and just kind of get used to, you know, making reads. If you struggle against a certain type of defense, cover 3 maybe man-to-man, you can always pick, you know, certain defenses to practice against. I like random. This way I never know what's coming. I don't really want to jinx it, but I don't know if we had an incomplete pass during this entire video. Or a bad read. So I'm going to cut it there. Alright, but again, just remember to always make reads before the snap. Use motion. Again, the best motion for this play, or any play where there's a slot receiver, is take the wide receiver outside of the slot man, throw him across the formation. Because a lot of times, you may get Smith, you know, wide open with nobody in front of him. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Just to keep the perfect streak alive. I didn't want to try to throw that corner out because it was covered. Yeah, so I mean, other than that, you know, I'll probably do some more videos if people want me to. But formations, like I said, I typically use. Ace formation is great. Tight end seams is a great play. Oh, you know what? Little bonus for this video, I guess. One thing that people tell me they don't use, okay, especially maybe people who haven't played Madden as long as I have, or other people. Audibles. You can set your audibles, okay, at the pause screen. But there are quick audibles for every formation using the right analog stick. So no matter what you play, there's up, down, left, and right on the right stick. Up is always a quick pass. In this instance is a slant. Down is always a run. Left is always a play action unless there isn't a play action in that formation. And right is typically a deep pass. So if you ever feel like you didn't get the right play and you don't know what the hell you picked, typically the best thing to do is get to a run. Just run it if you know, if you see like the numbers are there. Or hit up on the right stick and go into a slant, because you know what? Slants are never a bad play because you can just do that. You know, sometimes it's 2-3 yards, but it's better than running a play that you didn't know what you picked and doing something stupid. So, again, just things to keep in mind. Alright. Kind of like drag route to the bomb. So, get into practice mode. Work on some stuff. Alright, again, Singleback Doubles tight end post is a great play, but not the only play. Singleback ace or big. Learn how to run that. Learn how to run twins. Okay. I formation. Okay. The one thing I'll tell people too, and I'll probably do a video on this at some point, is tight formations. Okay. You know what? Maybe we'll do a double bonus. It's only been, what, 14 minutes on the video? If you haven't turned it off yet, you're probably not going to at this point. So, the computer on random play. We have 2 drag routes, a streak, and a corner route, as well as a dump off to the running back. This is actually one of the ultimate plays in Madden, okay, to mesh. Because there's just so many damn good options. You got your 2 little crossing routes. If they're in man coverage, typically one of those will get open. Even if they're playing deep zone, that'll get open. You know, but this running back tends to get open because the guy on the left-hand side will kind of hold the linebacker until he gets open. Not always, but again, completions, you know what I'm saying? You just get to completions, get comfortable with making plays. You know, and you can see how many times these plays just get open. So, again, this video was 100% on the fly, no editing, nothing. I wanted to edit it, I wanted to do little graphics and stuff that pop up, but that didn't work out. So, if you ever have any questions, feel free to comment. You can always see me on twitch.tv/Mojo Gaming. And yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Alright guys, take it easy. Mojo out.